The nation's best-loved chefs are hitting the road
This is not Italy!
to compete in some traditional country shows.
And I'm hoping to win one of those rosettes.
On the way, they'll meet some of Britain's best local food producers.
Why would you ever eat a cupcake when you have parking?
Before competing head-to-head with each other. And the great British public.
I thought the competition was big enough.
Our chefs are at the mercy of the harshest food critics in the land, the beady-eyed country show judges.
We don't like odd ones.
It's a competition and I'm taking it very seriously.
Hold on to your aprons, it's Country Show Cook-Off. Today, gourmet chefs Aldo, and Silvena put on their seatbelts and head off on the next big leg of their country show road trip from Pembrokeshire to the Yorkshire Dales. They travel through the Cumbrian countryside from Lonsdale to Brough.
Oh!
They look good, don't they?
This is not Italy! We don't cook here!
So far, our challengers have taken on each other and amateur cooks with mixed results. After 3 dishes, Aldo is lagging with just 3 points. We give points for a culinary success, and Silvena is in the lead with 6. Our competing couple travel to an area so lovely, it's called the Eden Valley in Cumbria. They head to the ancient Westmoreland village of Brough. This hamlet has a history that can be traced back 2,000 years from the Roman fort of Verteres, now the site of medieval Brough Castle, to its ancient monuments and Victorian Square. Brough plays host to an annual agricultural society show. This small but popular event was established in 1876 and attracts competitors in a variety of categories from all over the area.
Well, it's our local shows and I like to support the local shows. And today, I mean, it's a fantastic entry in the baking. They've done really well.
Our professional chefs have entered the 4 sausage rolls category, which sounds a breeze for our pros, but could it be an unsavoury trap? The challenge is to beat local cooks like Linda Bauman.
I've won with my sausage rolls in other places.
The person to impress is Judge Val Walton, and she's ready for a tough battle for the Roll of Honour.
But it is exciting because it's lovely to see everybody's exhibits.
Our chefs will need nerves of steel to come up with prize-winning pork and pastry perfection. Bulgarian-born Silvena adopted the UK as her home decades ago. She's a big fan of British produce, which she serves up at her restaurant Quince. Silvena is passionate about food, all sorts of food.
He eats like a giant mouse.
Aldo hails from Italy but has made the UK's home for decades too. He likes nothing better than adding an Italian twist to British food.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia indeed. Today our chefs park up in the scenic Cumbrian countryside.
I know, Aldo, what happens?
I lost the door.
This one is a bit stuck. Hold on, Aldo. Yeah.
Wow. It's like magic.
You're getting good at it.
And before long start hatching plans to beat each other and the local Brough cooks in the 4 sausage roll class.
I'm using pure, beautiful, quite coarsely ground pork mince from a local butcher. Some herbs and spices, but really keeping it very traditional.
The sausage meat is going to be dressed properly, like an Italian. I'm going to add fennel, I'm going to add lots of spices. So I'm going to make a very tasty sausage roll.
I'm going to go for my own puff pastry.
I'm doing pastry that normally has to be done at 16 degrees Celsius. I'm doing it in a little camping van. So it is slightly dangerous.
And everybody will make their own pastry. And of course I won't. I'm going to just buy my pastry already made.
Oh, that's a bit sneaky, Aldo. But before they both get cracking, they're off to visit a cook who turned her sweet tooth into big business. Our food-fighting duo head to nearby Malastang Valley in East Cumbria. The area has been described by naturalists as England's last wilderness. Delfoot Farm lies in the valley on the River Eden. This working farm houses the Country Fair Bakery in a converted barn. Here, a 12-strong team turn locally produced free-range eggs, milk and butter into handmade cakes that are sold by the thousands, nationally and internationally. Silvena and Aldo arrive to meet baker and proprietor Diane Halliday.
Diane, nice to meet you.
Oh, you must be Diane.
So,
it smells amazing in here.
no, smells like sugar and spice.
We started 13 years ago on my kitchen table. My family was growing up and I needed something to do, so yeah.
And now you sell to lots of people, including parents?
We do, yes. One of many. They're all based on traditional family recipes as well.
Do you keep them a secret?
Oh yes, you're very, very lucky. You've got one of my recipes, very lucky.
I can see a big kitchen in there.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If I knew you were coming, I'd bake a cake.
She's going to cook one of her specialities, coffee walnut cake with Cumberland rum and butter topping.
So we're just going to put the butter nice and soft. Yeah. We put soft brown sugar. And if we just put a bit of rum in now.
Quite a big spoon.
Oh no, lots of spoons. One.
Oh, really?
Traditionally, when the babies are christened, the first food that any little baby should have is rum butter.
Sounds like me mum talking.
Right, so you can see it's nice and soft.
Oh, the smell.
Smells lovely. It's nice.
Yummy.
Hasn't got enough.
Yeah, it smells very rummy.
Yeah.
Let's go back to our working stations. Not that we're doing much work out of today.
No.
Yeah, Diane is doing everything.
Should we put it in the middle so we can help?
Yeah, thank you.
You get in the middle.
There you go.
Oh, it smells so nice.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
No. Thank you. We need the eggs beaten. I can give you a fork on my mixer.
I get all the best jobs.
Oh, they're perfect now. Lovely. The cake will be so fluffy and light now.
Just like me.
We're just going to cream, more butter, yes, and sugar, a pinch of salt, and then a little bit of real vanilla. And then in the flour, we're going to put a little bit of baking powder. It is self-raising flour, but a little bit more powder just gives it a bit more oomph.
You stay over there, don't worry about it.
I'll keep the rum butter for escaping.
You wash your hands, Silvena. They add the beaten eggs and flour.
Plenty of coffee in, and we'll just put the walnuts in.
Oh, look at that.
We tend to make one cake as opposed to two cakes and sandwich it together. If you make one cake, it tends to keep it moister. It's going to take an hour that, but here's one we prepared earlier.
Look at this. Look how beautifully you have distributed the
lots of walnuts.
I know. How rich is that?
Don't go right to the edge, because if you go right to the edge, when we put the top on, it'll squish out and then it'll look a mess. We don't want it to look a mess.
You're putting plenty on the top, I see.
Yes.
So we're not skimming here.
No.
Oh, the smell is divine. Oh. These tips would be useful for us entering competitions. Watch and learn.
I'm doing that to my sausage rolls later. That's what I'm doing.
I'm going to start with a nice cow. Looks great. Looks
I
great.
could eat that right now.
Ah, gorgeous. Oh. Can we try?
Please do.
Oh, God, get stuck in, Silvena.
You really went for that, didn't you?
Well, I like cake.
I'm a bit more sensitive. Can I have a fork? I can't possibly pick up a cake and eat it like that.
No, I can't possibly do that. But this is beautiful. Lick your fingers, amazing.
It's one of my favourite cakes, this.
Good.
Very, very good.
Competition is never far from our duo's minds as they start to grill Diane.
Someone you mentioned you do a bit of judging on those competitions. Any tips for us as an overall behaviour?
Stick to the rules.
Stick to the rules.
Yeah,
to the rules.
like
Sausage roll is sausage roll.
It's a sausage
don't
roll.
go and put it in the Cornish pasta section.
And if it says 4 sausage rolls, don't take 3.
Oh, really? That's a good tip.
That's a good tip. Thank you very much.
I can count up to 4.
Good point, Diane, and as the only rule for the category of 4 sausage rolls, the rest is up to our chefs. Aldo thinks sausage meat is the best way to beat the opposition, but first he's got to beat the weather.
What's going on? The rain is following me all over the country. I'm making sausage rolls with a little bit of difference. Again, you know, I've got my Italian twist again here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just toast a little bit of fennel seeds. Here, I've got whole fennel, and I'm going to chop this extremely fine. Fennel, by the way, it's like that aniseed flavour. This is quite toasted now because that was very, very hot, that pan. Okay, so that goes back on with a little bit of oil, and I can feel the rain. But I hope it stays off for a little bit longer because I just wanted you to see this. That's why I wanted to do this here. Okay, so the fennel now is going to be sauteed. I'm going to add a little bit of shallot in there. There you go. Okay, before the rain comes, I'm going to crush this fennel seeds with some sea salt. Ooh, it's now coming down. I don't feel very lucky because as soon as I start cooking our dough, the rain starts coming down. Apple, these have been washed, skin on, and everything. We need a couple of apples to flavour this wonderful meat. This is the sausage meat, and that's the pork mince. And the rain is now coming down, so I have to go inside again. Come on then.
Oh, nice and cosy. Once sheltered in the van, Aldo adds pancetta to the mix and starts to create his sausage meat filling.
And now I'm going to blast this pancetta properly with my fennel and my shallot. The smell is beautiful. It's a little bit of smoky flavour there. All of this is going into my mix. This was the sea salt and the fennel seeds going in. And then we've got an egg, and I'm only going to use 1 egg yolks to go in my mix. I need to chop a little bit of this parsley because I want to put a little bit of green in there, and I do love a little bit of zest in my dishes. And now finally a little bit of breadcrumb goes in, some pepper. This smells absolutely stunning. That fennel, that pancetta, that beautiful aroma in there now. It's all in that bowl.
Sausage meat done. Now, what were you using for pastry again?
My magic or butter shop-bought pastry. Okay, so roll the pastry this thickness and then cut the excess off. Now, what I'm trying to do here is to make a big length of 2 sausage rolls, basically. And that, to me, is enough for 2 sausage rolls. I love it. Okay, now then. A little bit of this egg wash on here. And now you roll, and there's your sausage roll. So we're going to cut this right there. Lots of egg wash. I can't believe the weather. Okay, there you go. That's sealed nicely. There's one, so we're going to cut them at the end there. So now that's going to go all the way down. There you go, look at them. They look beautiful.
We eat with our eyes, so Aldo wants his rolls not only to taste great, but to look great too.
I wouldn't really use a sharp knife and go straight in because it's very dangerous then. I don't want to ruin them, so very gently with a pointed knife, go in. Then if you wanted to, you can go right down the middle and you'll make your little crosses. What we need to do is use this fantastic egg yolk and brush them off. I think they look absolutely stunning. We sprinkle just a few seeds on top like that. And these are sesame seeds. Again, I don't want to overdo it because you never know whether the judges are going to like these. So let's hope that they go, wow, this is amazing. What a twist that he's given to these sausage rolls, he or she, because I'm assuming they don't know who made them. Because if they do know who made them, then I will never win anything.
Nah, come on, Aldo. You know the judging's done blind. They've no idea who's entered what.
I'm going to put this one here and then cut this one a little bit. So that doesn't mean that I'm not going to bake that because I want to try it. And that's, I think, the size I'm going to make my sausage rolls. So that they're all going to be the same size. Can't believe I'm becoming so precious about sausage rolls. Oh no. Oh no, please don't. This one is cooks the same as the others.
Swimming, darling, swimming. Oh my God.
I'll set you all up here, come on.
Oh my God.
My surface.
Okay, ciao, darling.
Your turn, ciao.